right? So first thing, let's say that right now Bob's got my lower leg trapped, okay? This one is, you know, maybe he's got the foot on the mat, maybe he's got it figure forward, whatever, but it's not fully up into my chest or shoulder yet, so I'm just going to go kind of very, very basic. Okay, this is what we call, he's kind of in stone squirrel position. Now, if he lays down here like this and just waits for me to come get him, he's kind of made my day easy. What's much more likely is that if he's laying down like that, he's got my leg trapped, his frames and or his grips are going to be engaged, okay? So let's just start to go. He's on his side, he's got his frames in, okay, he has my leg trapped. So the first thing I want to do from here is sit on his bottom leg because I know that's the threat. So one thing that Bob knows is that at any moment he feels that he does not have control on his bottom leg, is that leg can come out. And minus all the cool stuff he can do to me, he could just simply put me back in an open or closed guard, okay? So he could come out and put his foot on my hip, he could bring that into a butterfly hook, or he could lock his legs together, whatever, right? Minus going for triangles and stuff. So at any point that I just do this and I forget about the bottom leg, his knee points to the ceiling and he's out. Okay. So first thing I do is, he's got me locked, so I kind of return the favor. Okay, you got me controlled, I'm going to sit on that leg. And I can control his bottom leg from coming out by either doing this, but that does make my base a little bit narrow. So a lot of times you're just going to see this frame in here. So my hand comes in and I make the V right above his knee, and then my own wrist going inside my thigh, right? So if he tries to grab my wrist and counter and kind of stuff it, once I put weight forward, even if his leg's sweaty, okay, it makes it pretty hard to be able to move my hand off, right? Because it's kind of running into my leg as he pushes. Whereas if I just do this, okay, and he stuffs that in, see, I never had connection with my own body. So if I make the connection, okay, my wrist and forearm to here, now it becomes much, much harder for him to get rid of that. With a gi, obviously, we can also grab in here, okay, get some cloth, make a, you know, really nuclear, make a pistol grip, and then kind of punch it down to the mat. So this, take all that slack out, but I like to keep it so that you have options which aren't cloth dependent. Okay. So that's going to be the bottom leg. Top leg, I'm going to fight in here like this. Okay, so notice the difference between, I kind of keep my arm here. Now if he wants to switch at any point, very simple, he just brings his shin across my own arm, if nothing else, right? If I start to just go, okay, underhook, okay? Before I lean forward and pass the line of his knee, he just brings his knee in, and oh, now he's inside. Okay, so first thing I do is hand on the hip, and elbow is tracking the middle of his thigh. He goes to come in front of my arm, okay? I lean in front, okay, and take up that space with my body. If he goes to unlock his legs and try and like swim this in, okay, I can actually kind of come in here and block with my head and come forward. If he tries to come in between my arm and my body, I can retract my elbow, right? So it's just a feeler. It's not really meant to like grab and make yourself rigid. It's just hand touches the hip, so I have that connection, and now this is just in play to block out his leg, and that shouldn't take very long because I don't want to hang out here. All my weight right now is on my knees, okay? So as soon as possible, I want to transfer my weight forward and get onto the balls of my feet, because once I'm on the balls of my feet, everything can go towards his chest, which is what I want, okay? So Bob's framing. Momentarily, do you have the lower body control, okay? That's the first thing I want. So the test is, can he pull his guard out? Okay, nope. And can he get that knee in, like without a fight? Nope, I can slow that process down of getting the knee in. Now from here, I have to deal with the frame, because if I come straight in, okay, I'm running into his frame. So when I run into that frame, okay, I'm going to beat it with what? Angle, okay? So from here, anytime you, basically like if you run face first into a wall, usually it's a good sign that maybe I should go take a left or a right and find a door, okay? And that's kind of what we deal with jiu-jitsu, but everybody knows that until you do jiu-jitsu, and then people are like, my windpipe is stronger than your knuckles, man. Like, they just, you know, like, I gotta fight through this like a warrior. Like, fight through it like somebody who would put their face into a brick wall as opposed to finding a door, right? So from here, okay, I can go this way, I can go this way, but I need to find the angle where at that moment, okay, I can find the buckle point. If I go straight into a straight frame, good grip like that, it's just not going to work, okay? And all the time, as I do this, I'm not just looking to create such a wide angle that I let him actually parry me. Okay, so let's say from here, let's say you have this grip. Okay, so that's a nice frame, right? He's kind of taken the cloth and made it assist. So if I go like this, all right, Bob, try and stop me. Look at where I am right now. He'll be like, oh, cool. And he's probably gonna omoplata me or, you know, come up and take my back or whatever, right? Because I did such a dramatic angle that I may have beaten the frame, but all I did was help him parry my own body, right? So when I do this, all roads lead to the pass, and the pass is having the chest move into this space. Smash, okay? So when I make the frames, it's gonna be subtle angles, just enough to break that connection whichever way, okay? Kind of make the frame right here, straight on, okay? You're going into the support structure. And all of a sudden you come this way and now it's not strong anymore because the angle is improper. Okay, so as I start to come in.
Yeah, maybe it's this one?
Okay, again, go ahead, good frame. Good. Okay, body weight, body weight. See how I start to go under the balls of my feet, still controlling his lower leg. And now from here, okay, cutting a different angle, right? So that's the first piece. And once I have basically gone through these segments of the body, okay, first past the knee, then the hip, now controlling the line of the chest, shoulders. Now you're in business. Okay. The other thing, let's just show the other side real quick, and then I'm going to let everybody kind of just go through these. Let's go this way. The other thing is, if I'm, again, talking about fundamentals and I'm looking for the underhook position, okay, which isn't the end of the world, but it is a very strong fundamental for a reason. Okay. I'm trying to get under at least his top arm. Then also notice that where we started here, okay, so I fight this fight. Okay, here's my frame, controlling hand on the hip, and arm is zoning him out. So first thing is just before I even advance, okay, can I block him out? Pull guard? No. Okay, if I need to transfer a little weight forward, I can do that. Okay, so pull guard, try and get the knee in. Good. Okay, so this blocks out momentarily until I get my body behind it. And now as I come in, I make sure that my elbow is nailed to my own rib cage, because if I'm doing this, Bob can underhook me, or bring the knee in, or preferably use the knee to control the space that his underhook can then come in. Well, okay, which is, then he's being really smart, right? That's what he should do. So I want to make sure this is like a slide rule. So in direct proportion to how much my body and chest are coming in, you know, whether I need to angle a little bit to beat his frame, I'm coming down with my body behind my elbow and not making any gaps in there until I slide into the underhook. And the underhook, if Bob's doing one of these, simply means that he can't underhook me. Okay, so I'm sometimes like this, and I'm like, I can't get under his arm because he's still, I haven't flattened him out yet. Okay. I need to do that kind of after the fact because he's so far on the side. But if I can get in here with my body, and Bob can't, I'm tight enough to him, so this arm's just kind of on his back, but he can't underhook me, even if he bridges. Okay. So I keep that in here. Now I know once he's flat, I'll be underneath that elbow. Everybody see it? Okay. So I'm going to deal with actually dealing from his neck up after the fact, but this is what I want you guys to play with the first time. Okay, so stage one, just to reiterate everything, because I'm talking a lot of theory, but these is all the moving parts, and everything I just went over is really kind of consolidating what you need from your first week in jiu-jitsu or first month or whenever you encounter half guard for the first time through to black belt for the rest of your life. Right? So control the bottom leg, make a frame, don't try and just do it with your arm, you make a connection in here. Okay. Control the hip, Right now, he's on his side, so I'm trying to make sure his knee cannot come in. Okay. As I start to come forward, I'm transferring, see I'm already coming onto the balls of my feet, I'm transferring body weight. I'm not just trying to stay with all my weight on my knees. And if he has a good frame in there, I break it with angle. And as I come forward, I don't violate this tightness here that's zoning out his knee, and I don't give him, so number one, knee doesn't come in, number two, don't give up the underhook. So as I'm sliding in here, I'm making sure that that stays nice and protected. So I always start at the hip and then move up from there. I don't just go underhook like this because, yeah, now I've come too far forward, so if he gets the underhook in there, I can't really recover from it. He's going to be attacking my back, okay? So these are all the pieces I want, so. Phase one, okay, this one real quick, good. I'm trying to pull guard, trying to get the knee in. Good, phase one, good. Phase two, frame. Okay, coming in, getting the underhook. And then as soon as I have that, phase three, transferring weight into his chest. Okay? Notice I'm not talking about anything specific with the grips, aside from control the hip zone at the leg and control the bottom leg, because those things can vary. But once you guys have that down, you're well on your way to doing everything else you need to do. Okay? Most of the mistakes that will occur in your passing are going to occur somewhere along those first couple phases. Okay? It's not at the very end when you actually get swept, it's what happened before that. Okay?